really grateful to my mom and my dad that they have given me the opportunity to go for this, and I'm very grateful to you and Roman sir that they have taught me the right way of speaking. I think 3 days is fine, more than enough. By the end of second day, you are able to understand what is the right way of speaking. Last year, or I think 6 months back, I went to a speech therapist, and he said me, just give me a reason for like how do you speak. I said I speak from my mouth. He said no, you speak from your breathing. And 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 I was like, and I just read your article actually a few days back before going to him, and it said breathing has nothing to do with speech. And I said the same. And the reaction which he gave me was that breathing is everything to do with speech. Breathing is everything. And I was like, I can't explain you because there is no reason to fight with you. Ma'am, I believe that my stammering is a bit severe right now. Uh, for example, while speaking to you right now, I'm trying to say something, but it just I'm like unable to like say it's right. Something which stops me, my jaws and all. It get hard. I start to sweat. So all these things happen. I stutter more in front of seniors or like higher authorities. I get more stuck if I like, and like if I have to explain something to someone, I get stuck more, or in participating. Excuse me, participating in a group discussion. Today is the third day of my education. I have learned the natural way of speaking, and I have learned the main thing that while you write something and while you speak something, that is completely different stuff. Do not mix them.
Yes.
Reading skills and writing skills are completely different. I was having a normal chat with random people. Generally, I used to refrain from these situations, but now I went to them and I was chatting with them. Also, there was one thing which I realized when the phone rang up this day. Generally, I used to say to my mom or my aunt that you go and pick up the phone, but this day I said them no, you stop and I will do that. So I went and I picked up the phone and I started having a conversation. So these were the differences. And I went and talked to around 4 or 5 people. just having a general conversation with them. Just normal feedback from my aunt. She says that yes, you are speaking well. I was around 3.5 years old when I was told that I have this problem. As a kid, I never realized what stuttering or stupor is, and I don't know from where I got this habit, this bad habit. And gradually, when I was a kid, it snowballed because I didn't pay any major attention to my speech. And when I was in my school, I faced a lot of problems. The students used to make fun, even the teachers had made fun of me at times. They have mocked at me and they have given me sarcastic remarks at times when I was in my school. And it was very difficult for me to cope up with the surmounting pressure and the situation. And I, it was when I was in my junior high, I think I was 15 years old, I really break down, and it was very difficult for me to, cope up with the studies and at the same time with my speech. I felt very, very frustrated at times, and I could do nothing about it. It was when I was doing my graduation around 18 years old. I was 18 or 19 years old. I first realized that I should have a speech therapist in India, and it was much later in my life that I went to a speech therapist. But unfortunately, in our nation, still the people believe in all those rigorous exercises that you have to breathe, or while speaking you have to put your hand on your stomach and on your mouth and see that whether you are able to speak or not. And they don't follow the natural laws which is this program. So that was the first time when I was 18 years old. I did my first speech therapy. That was the first time I realized that what the doctor was saying, just one thing made sense, that was to go slow. Rest, all the exercises was so much momentary. For example, I would follow that thing, but the next day, even if I practiced that 100 times, I would make a mistake. The reason is this is not the real reason or the cause someone stammers. They stammer because they don't know how to make the motion, make the right way of speaking. The one thing which helped me was to slow me down. While I was in my graduation or in my school, I used to speak very fast and push myself. So I slowed a bit down. That was helpful. But apart from that, my stuttering relapsed when I was in my job, and it relapsed so badly in my job that I was not able to cope up. There was so much pressure in my job, and I had to constantly be in touch with the clients, have to be constantly in touch to face them, to give them suggestions, to give them the solutions. I always had those solutions in my mind, but I was not able to replicate it, or I was not able to give them a proper solution. While speaking on the phone, I had major problems. I could never ever thought of picking up a phone or speaking. When the phone bell used to ring, it was like a shock, something. Electricity has fallen on me. So I was never ever able to pick up the phone and answer. क्यों 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 ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है? पता नहीं क्या बोल रहे हैं. हेलो. अच्छा अच्छा. क्या लग रहा है चेंज? अच्छा अच्छा सही में. ओके ओके थैंक यू. अभी पता लगेगा 6-7 महीने बाद कैसा होता है. अभी सीख रहा हूँ. ओह yes 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 it's heaven. You should give it a try. It's heaven. Seriously, it's like 2 years long vacation. Yes, it's 2 years long vacation. You must give it a try. Then I decided to quit my job and go for my post graduation. I took a break of around 7 to 8 months, and it was in the year 2012, January, or I think 2011 December. I came across your video on YouTube where I first saw this, that it said stuttering could be solved in 3 days or something. And I just went through the video. The video made sense because what you were speaking was something which I had not heard before. And then I went to your site and it completely made no sense because stuttering can be solved in 3 days. It's impossible. How can it be? Something which is 24 years, 25 years, how can people, solve it in 3 days? This was out of my mind. But then I started following you. I started following you on Facebooks. I started following you on YouTube, and we were, I think, in constant touch for around 1.5 or 2 years. The reason I was not able to do it at that time because it was very expensive, and I'm from a very medium family in India, and it was very difficult for me to gather the funds. We are doing this on loan, which definitely I would pay to my parents. I'm very thankful to my mom and my dad who have paid for this. They have realized that how important speech is for me because I was at a point, I was at the brim of the glass where I couldn't take it anymore. I was very, very much low at times, and I used to feel why me? To all the people who have this problem, I would first recommend them to realize that yes, there is a problem. They are not speaking the way they should be speaking. It's very important to realize your mistake and then work upon your mistakes. To work upon your mistakes, you need to get the right path. There are many people who don't know the right path and are being misled. So I would request them to get the right teacher or the right guide who can show you the right path. Please don't expect any sort of magic. It's all on your hard work. Yes, the people here can show you the gate, but you have to work very hard and focus and keep on practicing each day so that you can get over this problem. The natural law of speaking would be the same for each and everyone, and I would definitely recommend them that to read your book. I hope that it speaks about the natural way
Yep.
of speaking. There are a lot of misconceptions regarding stammering. I would recommend people not to fall trap for this. Trust me, I would request everyone who stutters or have this problem, please don't take any medicines. This is not the solution for this. You have to keep on practicing the right way. And I think this program helps you. It might be different for different people. For example, some of them might get it very easily. Some of them might feel a bit difficulty, but I think this is, for me at least, it worked and it was the right thing to do and at a very right stage, because the more you speak in an incorrect way and keep on speaking in that way, it's very difficult to get back and speak in the right way. And I would also say them, please don't fall trap to the people who say you go for tablets, medicines, injections, breathe in, breathe out. That's not the right way. It's completely stupidity. I'll see how it goes.
Yep.
If it goes really good for around few years, after that I would say that I'm an expert. Right now I'm a student.
Course.
I'm still learning.
You have a foundation, but you have
Yes.
to build a house.
Yes.
Foundation,
Exactly.
yes, because speech is a skill that you need to learn. There is no cure for stuttering, and you already understand it.
Yes, exactly. The only difficult part I would say is how do you practice and continue it? That is the difficult part. The difficult part is not learning. The difficult part is how would you practice, and continue the same flow. That is.
Because when you are on your own, there is no Deeter sitting next to you, and you
Exactly.
are on your own. Do you
Exactly.
have the tools how to do it?
Yes. Yes.
You know everything.
Yes.
So the key is just to do it.
Yes.
Speak,
Yes.
speak, continue, because it's self-education.
Self-education.
You are not,
Exactly.
you don't depend on anybody else or anything else.
And that is very important message which I would like to forward to the people who speak, who have this problem of stammering. Do not depend on anyone. Generally, the people who have this problem develop a very bad habit that they are dependent on each and everything, even the small thing, on the people. And this habit, makes them worse. For each and everything, it becomes a part of their nature that they depend on people for help. You can speak for me, you can do this for me. Don't develop that habit. Start doing the things on your own. Take the initiatives and do the things on your own. मैं बस यही बोलना चाहता हूँ कि स्टैमरिंग कोई डिजीज नहीं है, ये स्किल है जो आपको सीखना चाहिए और सही ढंग से सीखना चाहिए, सही लोगों से सीखना चाहिए। नॉर्मल जो ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस होती हैं और जो दवाइयाँ लेते हैं इसके लिए, वो ना लें, क्योंकि ये कोई सलूशन नहीं है। सही सलूशन इसका कुछ और है, जो कि आपको हमारी जो मैम है एना डीटर वो बताएंगी, तो आप उनको सुनें। बस इतना ही बोलूँगा। आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू एंड रोमन सर that they have taught me the right way of speaking